Welcome to This Explainer. If you look back at psychology over the last century, you'll notice it was almost entirely focused on fixing what was broken. We studied depression, anxiety, trauma, and rightly so, because that work is absolutely essential. But what about the other side of the coin? Today, we're exploring a profound shift in science. We are moving from merely treating illness to actively investigating how humans truly thrive. We're going to unpack the rigorous, evidence-based science of positive psychology and zero in on one of its absolute most powerful tools: gratitude.
Okay, let's dive right into our roadmap for today. First up, the science of thriving, then why gratitude actually works, followed by frameworks for daily gratitude, building the gratitude habit, and finally, digital tools for growth.
All right, Section 1, the science of thriving.
To really understand where we are right now, we have to look back to a pivotal moment in 1998. That year, psychologist Martin Seligman took the stage as the president of the American Psychological Association and fundamentally changed the game. He pivoted the entire field from solely asking what goes wrong with the human mind to rigorously investigating what makes life worth living. But hey, let's get one thing straight. There is a massive difference between rigorous positive psychology and the modern trap of toxic positivity. Toxic positivity is that good vibes only culture, right? It dismisses and suppresses negative emotions. It tells you to just smile when you lose your job. True positive psychology, however, embraces and validates all emotions. It treats difficult feelings as valuable information rather than problems to be erased, building resilience through proven, evidence-based practices.
So to actually measure this thriving, Seligman developed the PERMA model. These are the 5 essential ingredients that peer-reviewed research proves are required for genuine human flourishing. Let's break these down because they are fascinating in practice. P is for positive emotions, experiencing joy, hope, and compassion. E is engagement. Think of that flow state where you're totally absorbed in a complex task and you completely lose track of time. R is relationships. And we're not just talking about surface-level networking. It's feeling profoundly understood and supported by someone else. M is meaning, which is attaching your daily work to a cause significantly larger than yourself. And finally, A is accomplishment, the pursuit of mastery and success. You see, well-being isn't one-dimensional. You might be highly accomplished, but severely lacking in meaning. This model helps us identify exactly which areas of our lives need deliberate attention.
Moving right along to Section 2, why gratitude actually works.
Researchers at institutions like the Greater Good Science Center have spent over 15 years rigorously documenting gratitude. It acts as a foundational pillar of this entire science. The world's leading expert, Robert Emmons, defines gratitude in 2 parts, and the second part is what truly shifts our perspective. First, gratitude is an affirmation of goodness, acknowledging that there are good things in the world and gifts we've received. Second, it's recognizing that the sources of this goodness exist outside of ourselves. It's acknowledging that external forces, especially other people, helped us achieve the goodness in our lives. It's a relationship-strengthening emotion that connects us to something way larger than our own egos.
And the data backing this up? Literally staggering. Practicing gratitude provides a massive physical and psychological payoff. On the physical side, it literally strengthens your immune system, lowers your blood pressure, and helps you sleep better. Grateful people actually fall asleep faster and wake up more refreshed. Psychologically, it builds immense trauma resilience and promotes forgiveness. I mean, who wouldn't want a free, accessible tool that literally fortifies your immune system and rewires your trauma response? Science has essentially proven that gratitude is a biological advantage. It's a high-performance tool for your brain and body.
So, how do we do it? That brings us to Section 3, frameworks for daily gratitude. Knowing the benefits is great and all, but we need actionable frameworks to actually practice this daily and reap those rewards. One of the most fascinating frameworks comes from Nakon, the Japanese art of self-reflection. Instead of just listing things you like, Nakon forces a profound shift away from self-centeredness using 3 very specific questions about a particular person or object. What have I received from them? What have I given to them? And third, and this is the one that really disrupts our ego, what troubles and difficulties have I caused them? This brings us to a super profound observation by Greg Kretsch, who popularized Nikken in the West. He notes that true gratitude and grace require taking full responsibility for the difficulties we cause others. It's easy to be thankful for a gift, right? But it is totally transformative to acknowledge the inconvenience someone went through to give it to you, or the mess you left behind for someone else to clean up. This level of reflection creates a hyper-realistic, grounded view of our exact place in the world.
Okay, if Nican feels a bit heavy for a daily practice, Dr. Laura Shakis offers a brilliant alternative called the GLAD technique. Our brains have a natural negativity bias, so this 2-minute practice actively rewires your neural pathways to spot the good. You simply write down one thing you are grateful for, one thing you learned, one small accomplishment, and one thing of delight, like the taste of your morning coffee or a bird chirping outside. It takes just a couple of minutes, but it systematically trains your brain to scan the environment for positive data, directly counteracting that natural tendency to only focus on the negative.
Another incredible framework comes from mindfulness teacher Sean Fargo. If you're someone who spends all day stuck in your own head, this is the framework for you. It pulls the psychological benefits of gratitude directly down into your physical vessel through a body gratitude scan. Instead of just a conceptual thought, gratitude becomes a deeply felt physical sensation. You systematically thank your eyes for seeing, your ears for hearing, and your limbs for physically carrying you through life. It's a remarkably grounding practice.
Which leads us perfectly into Section 4, building the gratitude habit.
Look, having all these fantastic frameworks is entirely useless if we don't actually encode them into our daily routines. Relying on sheer willpower is going to fail. To understand how to build a lasting habit, we look to James Clear's 4-stage habit loop from his book Atomic Habits. Every human behavior is formed and automatically maintained through this sequence. Let's look at an everyday example, like checking your phone. The cue is your phone buzzing. The craving is wanting to know who messaged you. The response is picking up the phone. And the reward is reading the text, which satisfies the craving and tells your brain, hey, let's do this again. This exact same loop is how we build a gratitude habit.
The secret here is you don't need to invent a new trigger out of thin air. You just piggyback on an old one. It's called habit stacking. The formula is beautifully simple. After my current habit, I will do my new habit. For example, if you already have an automatic habit of brewing coffee every single morning, you stack your gratitude practice right there. Immediately after I start the coffee maker, I will sit at the table and do a 2-minute GLAD journal. You're literally just using the established routine to effortlessly trigger the new behavior.
And finally, Section 5, digital tools for growth.
The digital journaling market has completely exploded into a multi-billion-dollar industry designed to optimize your mental clarity. Technology can step in to serve as that vital reward and tracking mechanism in your habit loop. And the beautiful thing is, there's a perfect tool tailored to your specific style of thriving. If you're a systems thinker, Build-In acts as an AI-powered second brain, connecting your journal entries into a massive knowledge base. If you want beautiful life documentation, Day 1 is your digital heirloom. Need a digital coach? Reflection.app uses AI to guide your introspection. Stoic blends journaling with cognitive behavioral therapy to build mental resilience. And if you absolutely hate typing, Dailyo offers frictionless visual mood tracking where you just tap icons. Choosing the right tools significantly boosts that reward phase of your habit loop.
Well, we've covered a lot today, from the science of positive psychology and the biological advantage of gratitude to Nikon reflections, habit stacking, and digital grains. But I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. When you look at your daily routines, your journals, and your habits, are you just recording your past, letting life happen to you? Or are you deliberately, actively architecting a thriving future? The tools are right here, the science is proven, the rest is entirely up to you. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you in the next one.